with Andrew Lessman.
Thank you for agreeing.
Looks very distinguished, Andrew. Like you always look distinguished.
No, I was just saying that I love Diane's hair.
It's fabulous.
That my mom was prematurely gray, and she's always had like beautiful silver gray hair even since I was a little kid.
Well, Diane looks amazing, as she always does. And so do you, Mr. Lessman. Happy New Year.
Thank you, thank you. It's a great new year.
The first visit of the year?
It's a 2020. It's unbelievable. I used to say about 2019, it sounds like the year from a science fiction novel.
Yep.
And here we are in 2020. So it's just unbelievable. And it's the beginning of a new year. It's kind of an opportunity. It might be an arbitrary opportunity, but it's still an opportunity. We kind of think of renewal and change, and an opportunity for us to make some changes. And that's what's Secure. That's why we focus on it this time of year. Because Secure isn't, even though it's the lowest calorie meal replacement you'll find out there, out in the marketplace, which of course supports weight loss because of its caloric levels and its composition in terms of low carb, low sugar, low fat, and delivers the protein you need. But it's really designed to help support all of the sort of the health measures that we look at in terms of our goals for weight loss. Because oftentimes our goals for weight loss are just help support healthy blood sugar, healthy insulin levels, how we manage our blood sugar, how we manage our blood pressure. So that really is the comprehensive goal of this formula. It's not just let's cut calories and lose weight.
Right.
And also the key to the formula, and I learned this the hard way by getting a lot of kind of not very pleasant emails and letters at the time. It's flavor. That as much as I targeted the science 30 plus years ago when I made my first meal replacement, what I've really done right now is paid attention to your feedback, and that means I have to invest as much time, actually more time and more money in the flavor than even in the science. The science was straightforward. Flavor's a little more complicated, and we've really succeeded.
Well, at midnight tonight, we'll officially launch it. You can jump in right now if you want. If you're heading to bed a little early this evening, pennies per meal, the world's most nutritious and delicious meal replacement. I want to tell you, there's 4 different flavors. We have our coffee, our chocolate, our vanilla, and for the first time as a today's special, the pina colada. Imagine coconut and pineapple. It's like you're on vacation. It's gorgeous. Here's what we did with the pricing. And again, lowest price of the year, biggest value ever. You can choose between a 20, 60, 100, 2, 3, or 400. If you choose anything above the 60, you will get bonuses that include the world-launched Choco Nouveau Cafe, coffee flavored, real coffee in there, and you'll get sucrose, the world's greatest sweetener. Andrew, this is a big deal.
The Choco Nouveau Cafe is unbelievable. It lowers cholesterol just as well. And you don't have to worry about caffeine levels even, because the amount of coffee in that 26 calorie square, that amount of coffee contains probably about 4 or 5 milligrams of caffeine. A typical cup of coffee is over 100.
Wow.
A cup of tea, a mild cup of tea is about 50. So you don't have to worry about the caffeine levels, but the taste, the texture, it's unbelievable. The 60 or larger, you'll get samples. The larger sizes, you get literally a 30 packet supply of the Choco Nouveau Cafe. You also get our sucrose sweetener. We want to give you a whole bunch of tools to make 2020 healthier. But the most important thing, if you look at the pricing, and even though from 60 on up, you're getting all these other bonus ingredients, if you disregard their value, you're still looking on the 400 and 300, you're looking at less than 60 cents a meal. Less than 60 cents a meal. When I introduced my first meal replacement over 30 years ago, it was significantly more than that. And even at its today's special price, it was more than double that. So the efficiencies that we've brought to this product over the last decade or 2 decades or 3 decades, I'm dating myself, it's just an opportunity to not just do what your goals are this time of year to support those goals, but to also economize. And again, the protein source. The protein source is soy protein. There is no protein source better for weight loss than soy protein. Right. It's also not an animal source of protein, so from an environmental standpoint, it's a better choice, but also from a personal health standpoint, there's nothing better than soy protein. It supports healthy blood cholesterol levels, blood lipid levels. When you're looking at blood sugar management and insulin management, soy protein is at the top of the list of a protein source to support those goals as well. So it's not just great for weight loss, it also supports healthy breast tissue, healthy prostate tissue. It really is the only source of protein to use in an intelligently designed meal replacement whose goal is helping you not only to lose weight, but helping with all those measures, those indices of health. And when you look at this, to think that it's about 60 cents a meal or less than 60 cents a meal. And if you consider the value of those other components, it gets closer to 30 cents a meal.
Sure.
So it's what meal replacement, the typical meal replacement is $2, $3, $4, $5 a meal.
Yep.
This is pennies a meal, literally pennies a meal. So it's a great opportunity to discover something that you will be blown away by its flavor, taste, texture, the ease that it mixes. All the typical complaints and criticisms of a meal replacement do not apply to this product.
It's the best of everything. It supports you, it satisfies you. You feel full once you've had it, you feel good and you feel energy. You're ready to go. All you need to choose is which flavor. Pina colada, which for the first time ever is as a today's special. That's my favorite. There's the vanilla, goes wonderfully any time of the day. A lot of people like to start the day with a coffee, Andrew.
Well, we have our coffee flavor, of course, made with real coffee. So that does, the coffee secure does contain caffeine. But when you look at the flavors, the chocolate, the way this product was designed wasn't designed to be a meal replacement. What we did is we went to all of the best flavor chemists we can find. We took the best shakes from the fast food restaurants we all love. So we took those best shakes or the best coffee beverage from those coffee places, and we said, copy that. And we didn't stop until we got it done. So this product went from being a 2-star product to being, and it's hard to do the math on this, to gradually becoming over a 4-star product, a customer pick. And for a meal replacement, for a flavor-based product, I would be happy if we average close to 3, but to think that we average over 4 is incredible. And there really is no other meal replacement like it. Low in sugar, low in carb. It delivers the protein that you need, the perfect protein that you need. And of course, it should go without saying, anyone who knows me, our soy protein is non-GMO.
Yes.
I'm someone who's railed against GMO for decades. The last thing you're going to see in my meal replacement is anything but a responsibly grown soy protein. So that's what you're getting here. It's really the perfect meal replacement product. And I'll go in the science next hour. We'll go through the science. The science on meal replacement in terms of weight loss, it's better than all of the science on specific diet or weight loss programs. So a meal replacement is the best science. This product is affordable, it's enjoyable. It really gives you an opportunity to overcome the obstacles to a process that's very difficult for almost all of us. And if it wasn't a difficult process, we'd all be at our ideal weight. So it's an opportunity to make a difficult process more convenient and easier.
Success is the word. Success with a product that's been designed with you in mind. Pricing is fantastic. The official launch is at midnight. You can jump in now if you so desire. Now, tonight we're not just doing one today's special. We also have our glucosamine chondroitin. Andrew, this time of year, a couple things to say. This time of year, we want to make sure that 2020 we're living our best life. A lot of us struggle daily with our aches and pains and joint issues, but also with the cold weather outside. I feel it in my knees.
Well, a lot of people, cold weather or high humidity. For me, glucosamine and chondroitin was really one of the driving ingredients for me getting into the supplement industry. It was a long time ago. I started my company 40 years ago, over 40 years ago. And I was an athlete, and one of the first places athletes, especially if you play football, notice the errors in your ways is in your knees. And for me, the research, even back then in the 1970s, the research on glucosamine and chondroitin, it was obvious that these are ingredients that can make a profound difference. But you have to deliver them correctly.
Right.
If you don't deliver them following that science, the science and the clinical studies, and just before I came here, I was reading dozens of abstracts on glucosamine and chondroitin and its benefits to our knees and ankles. But if the science that's so compelling and so exciting in terms of benefits, if the maker of that product doesn't follow the science, then you're going to be disappointed. And unfortunately, that's how most products are made. They're made in a fashion that it doesn't follow the science, so you're bound to be disappointed. We don't second guess Mother Nature, we don't second guess the science. We follow exactly the levels and the form, and that's the critical part. It has to be glucosamine sulfate.
Right.
It can't be glucosamine hydrochloride. Most products on the market now are glucosamine hydrochloride because it's cheaper. And of course, when it comes to making a product, they make sure that on the front of the label it says glucosamine in big print, and then in small print on the back of the label you might see HCl or hydrochloride. It needs to be glucosamine sulfate at the proper levels. And again, some take shortcuts with the proper levels because 1,500 milligrams of glucosamine means it's really 2,000 milligrams of glucosamine sulfate. So a lot of companies take shortcuts, give you 1,500 milligrams of the combined molecule, which then doesn't give you what you need.
There are reviews that will bring you to tears about how important this product is and how it changes people's lives. This very moment, this coming day, is the best day of 2020 to order your glucosamine chondroitin.
And just looking at the pricing there, one thing to remember these products contain no additives, so that each capsule is 100% full of glucosamine and chondroitin. And as expensive as those ingredients are in their perfect form and 100% additive free, it's still only barely over a dime a capsule, and that's like our Secure, that's exciting, where things that are normally expensive become affordable.
Well, if you look at the 900 capsule size, which is a special size for the today's special, Andrew, you're saving as much as you're spending is half off.
But still, that would still be a nice opportunity when it's less than 30 cents a capsule for 100% pure, no additives, the perfect form of glucosamine, the perfect form of chondroitin, and also typical glucosamine chondroitin, you're getting sodium. Most of us, myself included, I have healthy blood pressure. Maybe one of the reasons I do is because I do watch my sodium intake. Typical glucosamine chondroitin product, a lot of folks don't know this. You might be taking hypertensive or antihypertensive drugs for high blood pressure. You might not realize that your glucosamine chondroitin product delivers sodium as well because it won't be apparent on the label. Also, and I've always thought this should go without saying, because glucosamine and chondroitin are vital for the flexibility of these critical tissues, our joints. But if you think about our heart, our aorta, our valves, the coronary arteries, if you think about the flexibility of those tissues, mucopolysaccharides, glycosaminoglycans, those molecules, glucosamine, chondroitin, those molecules are vital to the flexibility of those tissues. And recent research has been published showing that the folks who use glucosamine and chondroitin seem to be having cardiovascular benefits again as well. What I always say is if I were selling drugs, which I'm not, I don't make drugs, I'd have to warn you about side effects. The only thing I get to do with my products is I don't have to warn about side effects. What I get to do is as 30 years ago, 40 years ago, I never thought of talking about cardiovascular benefits from glucosamine and chondroitin. Now I do, and that's what happened with our omega-3s. We started with the heart, now we get to talk about the brain, we talk about the eyes. So this incredible design of our body, the God-given blueprint of our body, as we use these products, as we see the science evolve and these products evolve, we learn more and more about the benefits these natural ingredients provide.
Well, with the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reviews, thousands of reviews on Andrew's products, you know that they work. And that for so many of us, we look for something that can make a difference, have an impact on our lives, and maybe it's a daily grind. Elbows or knees or hips or neck. So many of us struggle through. This product, to Andrew's point, it makes a big difference.
And for me, this is quality of life. And even when talking about Secure, some of the more interesting research on meal replacements and soy protein in particular didn't even talk about measures of blood cholesterol and things like that, which of course are beneficial, but they talk about impact on quality of life. I mean, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm over 60 years of age. I started my company over 40 years ago. And I love every day to either go for a run or go for a hike or go mountain bike riding.
You're as active as ever.
And I am. But the only way I'm going to be able to continue to do that, because aging is what it is. that we are all aging, and it's up to us whether we're going to age gracefully or not. Right. So what my products are mostly about is providing natural opportunities, come what may, what our genetics might be, what our decision-making might be. We can't beat ourselves up about the past. The past is past. The only thing we do is we have the present moment now to maybe make better decisions. And I try to create products that make it easier to make better decisions. And what I've always found in my life, because oftentimes I lack discipline, the more good decisions I make, the easier it becomes for me to continue making good decisions. Right. The more bad decisions I make, I become really good at making bad decisions. And I think it goes for all of us. So these are hopefully easy tools to enable us to make those better decisions.
It's a wonderful product, it's an important product, and I'd love for you to try it. Again, the official launch at midnight, you're getting a sneak peek because you might be getting tired this evening. That size, Andrew, the 900, is accounting for the majority of the sales. And
a little more than a dime a capsule for the purest, the finest glucosamine chondroitin product in the world that is the perfect form. In fact, you get a bonus of potassium with the glucosamine, you get a bonus of calcium with the chondroitin because it's potassium glucosamine sulfate and it's calcium chondroitin sulfate, the actual molecule. So you're actually getting a bonus of potassium, a bonus of calcium. So it really is the perfect product, and it won't upset your stomach like most glucosamine products do. Right. It won't be hard to swallow because it's a small capsule. I'll even open the capsule right here. As we open that capsule, you'll see it's like dust.
All natural.
And that's why you know it's not going to upset your stomach. And more than that, it's going to go to work, because if it doesn't dissolve, you could swallow all sorts of things. If they don't dissolve, they can't be absorbed out of your small intestine, which is where glucosamine and chondroitin are absorbed, to benefit you. And that's a pretty quick trip. So it only has a couple of hours to deliver those benefits.
You've always said it, Andrew, but it's the information that we get across here and the information that you say about other products.
You could, if you went to my first show that I did on QVC back in 1990 or 1991, January of 1991, one of the first things I said, and it was probably one of the smartest things I ever said, not knowing it was smart at the time, is I said, you don't have to get my products. Because I always thought it was weird when people say, you have to buy, you have to buy, you have to buy. I said, you don't have to get my products, but if you care about your health, you're going to have to get what I'm saying or get curious about what I'm saying. Yeah. Because one of the more fascinating bits of clinical studies and science on vitamin supplements and health and wellness is that people who are more educated and more curious about their health, they're healthier. Yes. So the more curiosity we have in terms of our health and well-being and how our body works, that is step one to our becoming healthier.
Well, we could just go on all night. There's so much important things and so many important things to say about glucosamine and chondroitin. We'll come back to it, I promise. That's one of our today's specials. We're going to head over this way I noticed we're in the kitchen tonight,
and
Andrew.
At midnight, there's an abundance of science and research to talk about Secure. I mean, we have quotes from 200 studies that just talk about how meal replacements are the most intelligent and the most effective way to lose weight. So even if you don't get mine, meal replacements are where you should go. They're more affordable and they work better. They're more effective. So we'll go through the science and the research, because that's, as I said before, the product's not nearly as important as the information. And if it inspires you to take a more intelligent approach to your weight management program, even if it doesn't mean my products are included, then that's a good thing.
We'll share it all with you from midnight onwards. I know many of us maybe got home today and we were with friends or family that were coughing or spluttering, coming down with the cold or flu. I mean, it just seems to be everywhere. There is a product that a lot of folks love, many folks don't realize exists. It's called Immune Factors. This is a product that is combining powerful nutrients and botanicals, key ingredients that help support us through this turbulent season known as the wintertime. It's fabulous and it's a special price since Andrew is here today. Let me take you through it. You can choose a 30, 60, 180 or 360 capsule. Big savings today. The bigger you go, the bigger the saving is. The 360 caps, normally $130. Today it's under 80, saves you $50. This works. I was reading through some of the reviews and it really is always fascinating to me. This is something I've taken for the past couple of years. But Andrew, I wrote down people talking about keeping their immune system in check, people saying they catch fewer colds, or one interesting comment I found was that the colds don't last as long. And even though this isn't a drug.
I mean, and the reviews, what I like to say is, and I stay as far away as I can from claims about, you know, preventing colds,
right.
but because the key is, and I think this is what we all have to remember, that thankfully, a cold is not going to kill us, and hopefully not the flu as well. And the reason why is our immune system.
Yes.
So the only thing a product like this can do, it doesn't directly attack the cold or flu. It's not a drug or medicine. What it does is the only tool we have to attack the cold and flu, the immune system. That's the middleman. The immune system is where really they say, the rubber meets the road. That's where the business takes place in our body about dealing with a cold or the flu. So a product like this is specifically designed and intended. If you go back 40 years, my first immune support product was vitamin C. And we talked about it. Then we started adding the B complex because of all the research on stress and the immune system, right, and how important the B complex and B12 were. And then gradually, echinacea got some great research about almost 30 years ago. Right. I'm dating myself. And then golden seal a little bit after that. And then an herb called astragalus after that. And then the beta-glucan from mushroom complex. So this product, like all of my products, has evolved. And the one thing that hasn't changed about this product is the reviews are almost perfect. And on a product like this, experience is everything. And on a product like this, for it to be virtually perfectly reviewed, I think it's something like 4.6 or 4.7 stars.
4.8.
4.8. How is something 4.8 stars? Mathematically, that's almost impossible. How many reviews are there?
558, 90% over 500 are 5-star.
Wow. So almost 500 out of 558 are 5-star reviews. Yep. So it's an impressive opportunity to, you know, I always say the key to being healthy during this tough time of year, getting adequate sleep, being adequately hydrated. And a lot of us think adequately hydrated does something inside our body. What it really does, and we'll talk about this in a moment when we talk about phytoceramides and we talk about our DHA, our omega-3, it helps keep those mucous membranes moist, and moist mucous membranes serve their barrier function better. And those mucous membranes are what keeps the stuff out that we don't want to get in. So we want to make sure we're adequately hydrated, make sure we're well rested, make sure we're eating intelligently. So, and the holidays and things make it difficult for a lot of us this time of year, is when we finally take stock of the mistakes we might have made, myself included, the last couple of months. And this is an opportunity for us to make those more positive decisions. And our immune support product is just that. It's the natural tools that have been validated by the science to support the only thing we have to battle what's out there, and that's our immune system.
It shields up. I mean, really, it's giving your body what it needs.
Is that a Star Trek analogy?
Engage. Okay, if you'd like to order yours, fabulous values and savings for this season, and of course for this visit rather, $79 and change if you order the larger size.
That's almost today's special pricing on our immune factors for this time of year.
And again, as you say, that, I mean, Andrew, you're looking at 90% 5-star reviews. It's astonishing.
No, and it's, I mean, it's hard for us to agree about anything, but I think that when we do find something that we like, it's very easy to agree about that. And Immune Factors, it's a perfectly designed product, like all of my products. And I don't emphasize this enough, that all of our products are completely unique from other products on the market because we use no manufacturing additives. Yeah. So when you look at our Immune Factors product and you read the label and you see the key vitamins and nutrients, and you see the botanicals, the echinacea, golden seal, there's nothing else. The only additive, well, is the capsule. That's it, not really an additive. So all of our products are 100% pure, delivering what you want, what you need, and none of the other additives that all other products deliver. And that's just not good for the environment and not good for our bodies.
Well, we were talking about some of the challenges that winter brings along with it, and one of the other challenges is that we feel just not good. Our skin becomes very dry, we become a little irritated because of it. Things aren't as supple as they used to be. Andrew, you taught me a few years ago now, Phytoceramides, the body's internal moisturizer.
And what's interesting about Phytoceramides, and even people who love it never really contemplate it, but once I'll remind them of this, they'll say, actually, yeah, I had noticed that my eyes seem to be more moist, right, that my sinuses seem to be more moist. That it's very, very interesting. Our body needs to hold on to moisture. In fact, if it can't hold on to moisture, that threatens our very ability to live. The key molecule in terms of retaining the moisture, we first have to consume the moisture. That's why I'm always drinking my tea or water. I stay hydrated throughout the day, but the key to holding on to that hydration, the two most important molecules for our body in terms of holding on to hydration, phytoceramides and omega-3 fats. Also cholesterol, interestingly enough. But I don't think cholesterol as a supplement would be a good supplement because most of us are trying to consume less cholesterol.
We're finding that
we have more than enough cholesterol. So when it comes to phytoceramides, phytoceramides have become one of my most popular products because of the difference they make in the appearance of our skin and the appearance of wrinkles. That's why phytoceramides are so important, because if you hold on to moisture better in your skin, especially as we're getting older this time of year, because the humidity, when we're heating air in our homes or indoors, the humidity goes down to basically zero.
It does.
So phytoceramides are the critical molecule giving our skin that sort of that plump, moist appearance. But what we forget is when we think about our windpipe, when we think about our throat being dry, when we think about, say, our sinuses, when we think about our eyes, when we think about the interior of our body still has to keep those tissues moist. Our lungs, because we're breathing, the alveoli in our lungs need to be moist for that transference of oxygen and CO2 to take place. Phytoceramides are the critical internal moisturizer, not just external for our skin. And yes, we all get excited about the appearance of our skin with this product, but even more importantly this time of year is the benefits, and I know in terms so many of us struggle this time of year, whether we struggle with the dryness in our nasal passages, our throat, our sinuses, our eyes. This is an opportunity to support our body's truly the internal moisturizing system.
It's health and wellness from the inside out. Andrew said all of those things. Supple, more moisture, wrinkles. I mean, there's so many areas where this can help benefit you. So this is going to be, of course, your phytoceramides, 30, 60, 120, or 240. Something that you do need to know, if you opt for the 240 caps, and then pair it with the algal, which we'll talk about momentarily, you actually can take $20 off the total price. And Andrew, you wanted to pair these two together specifically.
Well, that's what this winter special, it's really kind of the winter internal moisturizer special. That was the intent behind this. It was an opportunity also. Our most popular omega-3 product is our fish oil product.
Yes.
But I thought it was a nice way to get folks familiar with, there's a plant-based omega-3 product. The reason why omega-3s are available in fish isn't because they manufacture them. They're available in fish because fish eat algae. So our DHA, our algal DHA, that's the most important of the omega-3s. That's the omega-3 that is the most, it's 99% of the fatty acids in our brain. It makes up the phospholipids in our brain. It's also the most critical fatty acid in the retina of our eye. So of course, it's the most important fatty acid, omega-3 fat in our heart as well. So it's the most important of the omega-3s. But I thought it was a good opportunity to not just talk about it, as I said before, those side benefits. I don't have to warn you about side effects. It's side benefits. So omega-3s started as being exciting for our heart, then our brain, then our eyes. Now we know about the role they also play for moisturization. And so between phytoceramides and algal DHA, it's sort of a 1-2 punch to make sure during this tough time of year, we get the omega-3s we need. We have so many great chart testimonials here. This top one I was just going to read, and this is about moisture skin, but understand, just as there's all these incredible reviews on moisture skin, it also has an impact on moisture nails as well, because the moisture in our nails are critical as well. But as I was saying before, our sinuses, our nasal passages, our throat, our eyes, all rely on phytoceramides for moisturization. But as it says, moisture skin, really, I cannot believe this product. Although it is new in Lessman's line, it is most wonderful. My skin is very dry, and I've had skin issues on my lower extremities. I just refilled my healthy hair, skin, and nails, and this product was suggested to add to my order. I went ahead and went with the 240 count. I have only been on this for less than a week, and I can tell a difference in my skin. My legs look better, and the skin on my on my legs and arms look and feel better. Please make this a Today Special in October so I can stock up and take 2 per day and revive. It's actually 1 per day. You could take 2 if you like, but it's 1 per day. Revive my skin even more. Thank you for this product, Andrew. And there are hundreds of, as it says, a relatively new product. There are hundreds of reviews, but it's an opportunity this time of year. Yes, if you even look at the reviews, and you'll see that this time of year, people complain more if they might have skin issues.
Yeah.
This is not a cure or treatment for it, but if people have skin issues, they have irritation, whether it's dermatitis or eczema, psoriasis, whatever it might be, and their skin is more dry. Again, this is not a drug or a medicine treating those things, but those are just issues that make the dryness of our skin this time of year even more of a significant issue. And this is an opportunity to just support the natural moisturizing system in your body for those of us who need it most and when we need it most.
If you choose the 2 largest sizes, you can get $20 off as a bonus buy. So that's Phytoceramides and the algal DHA. We're going to head over this way to a monthly special. This time we're going to look at ways to kind of help us, to keep us going, to give us the right motivation, the right energy, to help metabolize the fat so that we're benefiting as best we possibly can for maybe the extra steps that we're taking the dog out a couple more times per day. This is the famous, and I say that now because it's a formula that has truly evolved over many, many years, energy and fat metabolism for fat burning and energy support. And Andrew, when we say energy, we don't mean like a quick instant hit that has like a side effect. This is long and sustained.
No, this is not like those, whatever those 2 or 3, 4, 5 hour kind of energy drinks or products. This is not meant to be sort of a jump start stimulant. It does provide energy immediately, but it's designed to do it gently. We use caffeine-related alkaloids from guarana and from green tea. And interestingly enough, in green tea, it comes with an ingredient called theanine, which tends to sort of soften the impact of those caffeine-related alkaloids. So this is not a product that's going to give you this huge boost of energy, but it will provide energy. But what we also do, we use other botanicals. Then those other botanicals deliver they sort of really combat fatigue. More than being an energy product, what they really do is from a middle and long term combat fatigue. And then of course, we have acetyl L-carnitine, the most important molecule in terms of fat burning metabolism. All the fat that's going to be burned by your body is going to have to be grabbed and moved by carnitine. Carnitine in the form of carnitine acyltransferase. And that's why ALC, acetyl L-carnitine, is critical. So what this product really is, it's our most popular support product for metabolism. What it is, we combined a product that we had for decades called Urgent Energy with another product that we had for decades. I had this product on QVC, or both on QVC, called Fat Burning Factors. So Urgent Energy plus Fat Burning Factors equals energy and fat metabolism factors, and it's so much more affordable, but you're getting all the goodness of it. And we added the acetyl L-carnitine, which wasn't in the original formula. So it's incredibly comprehensive. That's why it's so well reviewed. But if you read the reviews, it's not talking about this spike of energy just before you exercise. It's a gentle boost in energy. And it's a boost in energy that stays with you. And I'll read some reviews.
Yeah.
Delivers. I stopped using this product just to see if it did indeed do what it claims. After 6 weeks, I could tell I was just feeling blah and gaining weight. I watched and counted the calories, so I knew the intake. And I can tell you, I reordered the first opportunity of free shipping. I will not stop taking this energy and fat metabolism vitamin. It is the real thing for me. Thanks, Andrew.
Fabulous.
Love, love, love it. These things give me so much energy. I work a 50-plus hour work week, and these capsules made me feel like I had drunk a large coffee. And I've also lost 4 pounds since I've started taking them. I gave some to my husband and actually got him to go outside and play basketball with his brother after work. I'll definitely be coming back. And for me, I'm sensitive to caffeine. And this is a product that, for me, doesn't give that uncomfortable coffee buzz, but what it does, it gives you a gentle sense of well-being, and energy. Yes, 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 I will never be without these capsules. They are the only way I can get through the day. I guess I'm an energy and fat metabolism factors junkie now, a healthy junkie. They give me energy without nervousness or jitters. That's the way it affects me. Keep me in a good mood and help me concentrate and perform better at work. If you're on the fence, jump off. You won't regret it. Energy Boom. I love this product. I take 2 capsules with a few strawberries prior to my workout, and they power me through it. I don't take more than 2 a day since it does have a small amount of caffeine, emphasis small, and I'd rather have coffee later in the day. No shakes, no crashing, and hunger. So again, no jitters, and that's the key. Energy is awesome. Thank you, Andrew. This product should deliver what you want and not deliver the problems you don't want. My metabolism and energy level is great. Also, this product has evolved over almost 40 years. At 48, I'd put on weight, was feeling very tired and sluggish, no energy after eating lunch, always hungry for junk food and sodas, and not sleeping well. I started taking energy and fat metabolism factors and noticed a difference within a week. I've been taking it for about 6 months every morning, and I feel great. I've craved healthier foods, wanting water instead of sugary drinks. I've lost 30 pounds and joined a gym. I also have energy to last all day, enough to start working out. I'm sleeping soundly through the nights, and people have commented that they don't know how I do it all. They want to know my secret, so I tell them about taking energy and fat metabolism factors and assure them no side effects except feeling great. And I encourage you to read the reviews. This is not a crazy stimulant. It's not designed to be one. I take this product and I tend to be very sensitive. It's designed to support your goals, because for me, when it comes to discipline, I have more discipline with my diet when I have an adequate energy level. I make bad decisions when I'm tired, when I'm fatigued. Also, it's hard to have the motivation, the inspiration to exercise when you're tired. Yeah. So it's designed to support the metabolism and the biochemistry of exercise and fat burning, but it's also designed to support your energy, so the get up and go that we often lose once we start cutting back on calories, that this supports you despite the caloric reduction.
And please know that our secure meal replacement today's special that would go wonderfully with this is just 25 minutes away. The official launch of secure meal replacement. Something Andrew just mentioned, and by the way, folks, on energy and fat metabolism factors, it is a special pricing for January. Biggest savings, certainly, when you look at $54.90, that's saving you more than you're spending on the larger size. Andrew, you mentioned acetyl L-carnitine. You also have that as a monthly.
In our energy and fat metabolism factors, we have 200 milligrams of acetyl L-carnitine, which is very high levels, the highest levels we've ever had in energy and fat metabolism factors. But just a few years ago, we were able to acquire acetyl L-carnitine at a far better price and in a powdered form that we were able to get even more in a capsule. So we now have the most important ingredient in terms of fat-burning metabolism. It's the ingredient that all fat has to be grabbed by and moved by in order to be burned, in order to be beta oxidized, as they call it. And that's acetyl L-carnitine. And your body uses that to create carnitine acyltransferase, which is what transfers fat to where it gets burned. Also, acetyl L-carnitine is a critical ingredient in our memory and brain product. So you're also getting the memory and brain benefits of acetyl L-carnitine. So if you want a boost of ALC, acetyl L-carnitine, with your energy and fat metabolism factors or with your secure meal replacement, then this product has become, this is an ingredient that used to be 50, 60 cents a capsule for lower potency. Today it's a little more than a dime a capsule for 500 milligrams per capsule of pure acetyl L-carnitine.
And that is under $50 for the larger size. So you've got your 2 options there. Certainly a fabulous opportunity with the monthly special pricing. We're gonna head this way. We mentioned that our secure meal replacement today's special is coming up in about 23 minutes. Don't forget, those of you asking about glucosamine and chondroitin, it is also a today's special that we'll spend a little time on in the back half of the next hour, correct, Andrew?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
We're gonna talk though about PC liver and brain, because our liver, we need a happy liver.
Well, last year we had a Today Special for our PC, but every year in January, I have to make sure that I don't forget to talk about PC liver and brain. We'll also talk about our liver antioxidant extracts, because I've already, you know, when I was at the gym the other day, a couple of people came up to me and asked, do you have anything for your liver? It's no coincidence, because this is the time of year when we're taking stock of maybe what we were doing over the last few months. We tend to consume more alcohol. We tend to consume more foods that could be challenging to our liver. And we also, we still have to take the medications we have to take throughout the year. So our liver, as I often say, and I'm not saying this because we're talking about it now, but our liver is the hardest working organ in our body.
Right.
It does the dirtiest work. It has a thankless job. And we only think about it if our doctor tells us we have a problem. Because unlike if you run up a flight of stairs, you feel your lungs and your heart working, your heart's beating fast, you're out of breath. If you do a lot of hard work, you might get a headache. You feel that connection to your brain. Yeah. You could drink a bottle of vodka. Your liver's not gonna hurt. Right. But meanwhile, you're hurting your liver when you do that. So it's something that we don't have a conscious connection to, but nevertheless, it just silently and quietly is the most faithful companion we could ever have. And phosphatidylcholine, as affordable as it is, it seems like it couldn't possibly be as beneficial as it is. But 2/3 of the hard-working membrane surface area, really where the work gets done in our liver, 2/3 of that is phosphatidylcholine. And pretty much the rest of it are other phospholipids, like phosphatidylinositol and phosphatidylethanolamine, which you also get with this product. We focus on PC, on phosphatidylcholine, but you also get all the other phospholipids as well. So this is giving you the majority of the surface area of your liver, or what your liver is made of, and the reviews are incredible. And it's one of those products that if your liver enzymes, say, aren't what they used to be, and for most of us, they change over the course of our lifetime, because we really don't think, we do a lot of things that challenge our liver. Living challenges our liver. Even if you live perfectly and you have great genetics, living challenges your liver. But this is an opportunity to actually do something that provides the structural components that we know our liver benefits from.
You do need to see this pricing, because either I'm seeing things that are at $49.90.
It's less expensive today than it was 30 years ago.
But that's so affordable. A little more, again,
a little more than a dime a capsule. You only need to take 1 or 2 capsules daily. 1 capsule is fine. Right. And it's such a key critical molecule for the liver, and also phosphatidylcholine is a key critical molecule. We call it liver and brain because it's a key critical molecule for our brain. And phosphatidylcholine is one of those things, if you look at the research on it in our brain, it's pretty exciting to see that even though sort of those normal, natural, age-related changes that we associate with memory, cognitive ability. This is not for Alzheimer's or dementia or things like that, and not a drug or medicine, but for the normal, natural changes that I'd like to not be so normal and natural, this is a wonderful opportunity to make a difference.
It's funny, so many people say, even our producer Steve said, you notice when he doesn't take it. I mean, really, it's an amazing product, it's an important product. And Andrew, something as well that goes back to it is, of course, the next one, which is our liver antioxidants as well. I have a card somewhere around here.
It's got to be there.
There it is. Perfect.
But our PC liver and brain, that's the structural molecule of this incredibly hardworking, it's the largest internal organ in our body. Liver antioxidant extracts. So that's the raw material for all the rebuilding and regeneration we do. Because again, our liver, it's the only organ in our body that can actually regenerate itself. No other organ can do that. So giving your body the PC, the structural molecules it has, takes advantage of that capacity for regeneration. Liver antioxidant extracts. The liver's work is basically detoxification. Right. That's what it does for our body. But how do we detoxify our liver? Right. So our liver antioxidant extracts, it focuses on 3 botanical extracts, all of which have abundant scientific literature that shows their detoxification benefits, supporting also the regenerative benefits for our liver. That's why PC liver and brain and liver antioxidant extracts work perfectly hand in hand. But it's the best extract of milk thistle you'll find anywhere. So not only is it the highest standardization you're going to find for silymarin from milk thistle, 95%, but just as we do with turmeric to maximize absorption, we complex it with fatty acids, and the fatty acids we use are phospholipids, phosphatidylcholine. So again, we use phosphatidylcholine in our liver antioxidant extracts to make the silymarin more active, and also in that product product is turmeric extract, standardized for curcuminoids, and also complexed with the phosphatidylcholine. And then lastly, artichoke extract, standardized for cynurin.
And Andrew, you would mention, because with our liver, the medications that we might take also has an effect on it, right? It challenges it.
Well, that's why so many of the medications we take, we actually have to get a frequent liver test just to make sure that there are no problems associated with our consistent use of those medications. So it's something that it's why it's a typical part of a chemistry panel. When you go have your blood chemistry done and get a blood test done, a typical part of that is going to be looking at the enzymes that are markers for healthy liver function. So, and again, if you read these reviews, whether they be for phosphatidylcholine or PC liver and brain, or for liver antioxidant extracts, the most frequent comments you'll see are the objective impact seen in black and white on people's enzymes.
The results.
So it just helps to support those enzymes, helps to support and keep them in the normal range. We do so many things that challenge the liver and force them in the wrong direction. It's nice to be able to do something that's inexpensive, affordable, and pushes them in the right direction.
It's a great difference and a great product that you'll notice the difference, certainly. Stay in the ordering process for yours. We're just 15 minutes away from our today's special. Let's go this way. We're talking about a happy, healthy new year. Maybe something you'd love to do this year is to have the healthiest hair, skin, and nails ever, with luster and radiance and smoothness and suppleness, hair that was stronger than you could ever imagine. There is a product that has gone down in the HSN history books as being one of our all-time biggest sellers and most well-received products. I wrote it down, 4,500 five-star reviews. We have a special purchase price happening right now as part of our monthly special. Andrew's offering the largest size, the 360, at $54.90. Andrew, this year, it's a product like this that can help give you the extra confidence, the extra boost, and make you feel better again from the inside out.
Well, that's the only way you get to make a difference in these tissues. It's sort of funny, in all the years I've had this product, it seems like the most obvious thing I ever say, but it's kind of counterintuitive that on one hand, if we want our hair, skin, and nails to look different on the outside of our body, let's do something with the outside of our body. So on one hand, that would seem like basic common sense. But then if we think about it, our hair, skin, and nails are entirely manufactured on the inside of our body.
Right.
And it's all manufactured with materials that were delivered to the inside of our body. And that if something's wrong with our body, if we take medications that affect those tissues, if we eat poorly, if we have a certain illness, whatever it might be, guess where we see it? We see it in our hair, skin, and nails. Why? Because they're all created on the inside of our body. So I think the folks who have reviewed this product, and I think there's almost 6,000 reviews, and I think there's
4,500 five-star.
4,500 of those reviews are, wow, are five-star reviews. So that speaks volumes. This is a product that was originally designed almost 30 years ago, and it's evolved since then. We've only made it better. 4 grams of biotin now are highly bioavailable biotin, so you really get the benefit of the biotin, so much so that I'd say more than half the folks who use this product today take 1 capsule a day.
Yeah.
When I introduced the product originally, it had 500 micrograms of biotin, and that was in 2 capsules, so you're getting significantly higher levels of biotin today, significantly higher levels. It's a comprehensive product of all sorts of other ancillary nutrients that support the benefits from this product, like MSM, methylsulfonylmethane. So it's unlike any hair, skin, and nail product on the market, partly because we've been doing this. There's all sorts of pretenders out there. There's a hair, skin, and nail product I noticed on one of those really big websites out there. And it's a gummy. So I think every time you do your hair, skin, and nail product, you're getting 30 calories. That's more calories than you get in a couple of packets of sugar.
Right.
That why folks are making sugar-laden gummies, I just don't understand. Especially, I think it absolutely violates and I think there are some people in my industry who are trying to get what used to be called the jelly bean rule, get that repealed. The jelly bean rule was you can't take a jelly bean and just put a little bit of vitamins in it and call it healthy. and that's effectively what gummies are. With my product, it's a tiny little capsule. Anyone and everyone could swallow it. And even if you didn't want to swallow it, it's a tiny capsule. You could take that capsule, you could open it, and that's an ultra-fine powder.
Look at that.
So that instantly, and that's another reason why it works so well, because so many vitamins, there's so many obstacles to their benefiting you, because they're rock-hard tablets that might not dissolve in time to deliver the nutrients or fully dissolve. There's no obstacle between this product delivering its benefits to you. So it's affordable. Again, here's a product you're talking about. All this praise I've been lavishing on it, it's a little more than a dime a capsule. So one capsule a day, it's a little more than 10 cents a day. So probably for a month, you're talking about $4 a month in the large size. So one of those fancy cups of coffee are going to cost you more than that. Sure. So it's incredibly affordable, and the reviews, as I said, speak volumes, speak even more passionately and eloquently than I ever could. And the pricing is just crazy for a product of this quality.
You see the difference, you feel the difference, and it makes you feel better when you look in the mirror and you see how radiant your skin looks, when you realize that your nails aren't as brittle as they used to be and your hair not as many broken ends. It's a brilliant product. Treat yourself to this, because it's something that really has a profound impact on so many folks. The pricing's so affordable. I know Andrew referred to it, but please be aware that Andrew's products are all pure. They're all real. There's no fillers, there's no binders, there's none of the bad stuff. Andrew always follows the science, which is why his products are so well received and so successful. Andrew, final words on our healthy hair, skin and nails. I know we're on a countdown now, 10 minutes until our today's specials.
It comes with a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. So you'll either see a difference, you send it back. That's ample time to see a difference with this product. And again, it's something, there's so many folks who've kind of not jumped on, but piled onto the bandwagon. And because we've been doing this product for about 30 years, and it's a product that has only evolved over that time, and the reviews have only improved over that time.
It's wildly popular right now. Hundreds of you dialing in. I want to make sure you get yours, obviously. It's a special price.
And the pricing, we will not have a Today Special on this until sometime the second half of the year.
Okay, so a ways away.
So we will not have a Today Special on this coming up. So this is the best pricing of the year other than that.
It's an amazing product that's gentle on your stomach. Remember, so many folks who watch are worried about taking any kind of vitamin.
None of my products will upset your stomach. They're all designed not to be gentle for most people. They're designed to be gentle even to the most sensitive stomach. So this is a product that tiny capsules, so they're designed. We don't use large capsules. We never do. We put everything in small capsules. And we could do that because there are no additives. The product is 100% pure. You're only getting what you want. An easy capsule to swallow. You're getting a great experience.
It's a new year, it's a new beginning. We're gonna head over this way to I believe our last item of the entire show before our today's specials, secure meal replacement and glucosamine chondroitin. And Andrew, it's step one, stage one. If it's your first product in the Andrew Lessman line, it's gotta be your multivitamin, best in the world.
And, well, there's nothing like it in the world. There's nothing like it in terms of its potency. There's nothing like it in terms of its purity. There's nothing like it in terms of the value and the price. There are no other one-capsule daily multivitamins that I know of, leading multivitamins, that contain lutein, lycopene, and zeaxanthin. We contain all three. There's none in the world that deliver the proper form of folate. For people like me, about half the population can't metabolize ordinary folic acid.
Wow.
I'm in that population. I can't. Wow. So what you need to get is something called 5-MTHF. We'll just call it 5-MTHF. it's methyl tetrahydrofolate. You know, it's like I say things like that when I'm talking to people, and they just sort of glaze over. So I realize it's better to say 5-MTHF than 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate.
You're just showing off now.
No. But 5-MTHF, that's the form that you likely have the chemistry to be able to convert folic acid into 5-MTHF. Okay. I do not. So if I don't get that 5-MTHF, then I'm not benefiting from the importance of folic acid. So that's an ingredient that's probably $50,000 a kilogram.
Wow.
For 2 pounds.
Wow.
So you don't see it in any of the leading multivitamins. We give you 2,000 IU of vitamin D. It's a separate vitamin D product. Right there, you pay for the product just with the vitamin D. We give you 250 micrograms of the most sophisticated B12 supplement in the world. Right there, the B12 is the value of the product. So there's no other multivitamin in this time of year foundational to anything and everything we do, whether it's exercise, whether it's some health regimen of any kind. Foundational to that is making sure we get the nutrients that are sadly lacking in our diet and in our food supply. And a lot of times, I hate to say it's really not your fault. That even if you try to make good decisions with your diet, our food supply doesn't deliver nutrition the way it did 20 years ago, let alone 40 or 50 years ago. So a multivitamin, a multimineral, you read the science and research, it's really become compulsory. You really need to have that foundational supplement. And again, there's nothing like this. Instead of some big, colorful, hard to swallow, rock hard tablet, ours is a small, easy to swallow capsule. Once again, small capsule, I'll open it here, you'll see the ultrafine powder, and that's your assurance of two things. First, it's your assurance that it's going to be a great experience. It won't upset your stomach. And then the other thing it is sort of a common sense thing. When you put powdered sugar in a cup of coffee, it dissolves. You know, a sugar cube will sit there for a while. Imagine what a rock hard tablet, which with a multivitamin minerals, when you compress them into a little dense mass, that's a rock. And no wonder rocks upset our stomach. No wonder rocks aren't going to be well absorbed. So this is all about delivering the benefits that are part of starting the year right, getting the vitamins and minerals we need, and our doctors recommend that we get.
If you're just going to take one thing a day, one vitamin a day, it obviously should be on the top of your list, essential one. So many of us, Centrum or one a day, lots of products that we know of maybe have taken for a long time. If you start stacking those up against Andrew's multivitamin, there really is no comparison. It's unfair to compare them, even just in the form of which it comes. On the table in front of Andrew, we have a little kind of a showcase of some of the usual suspects, right?
No, I was going to say it's an insult to our sensibilities as adults to think that we need to have a pretty colored vitamin tablet. But it's more than an insult on our sensibilities. I think it's kind of like an assault on our bodies. We don't need artificial colors, and they still use artificial colors. We don't need those artificial colors. We don't need those binders and fillers. That powder you see right there, that powder is 100% pure. It's just the vitamins and minerals. We add nothing else. It's a nightmare for us to manufacture it without additives, which is why no one else does it. It's why I moved my company from Santa Monica, California, to the high desert of Nevada, because that low humidity enables us to make vitamins, also makes them without any carbon footprint. We have entirely solar energy, but that dry air enables us to make products without additives. So we respect your body and don't force you to get additives because you want to get some vitamins and minerals. And as I said before, no other vitamin, no other multivitamin in a single capsule in a supermarket, pharmacy, convenience store that I've ever seen has zeaxanthin in it, lutein and lycopene as well, 5-MTHF as well, our special methyl B12 that we protect, so your B12 is going to be absorbable, because typically B12 only benefits you if you're going to get an injection. Our B12 is orally absorbable, and also 2,000 IU of vitamin D. So if you just look at those as separate ingredients, you could look at 5 or 6 ingredients in this product that are like separate formulas, and it would probably cost you, just for those ingredients, say in a year's supply, would be $200 or $300 for those ingredients. And mind you, this is a year's supply. A lot of folks think, with all the high numbers I talk about in terms of B12 and vitamin D and vitamin C, that you'd have to take 3 or 4 capsules. No, it's essential 1, because it's 1 capsule, that is it. That's, you get all the vitamin D, 2,000 IU, the B12, 250 micrograms, the lutein, the lycopene, the zeaxanthin, the 5-MTHF, plus all the other B-complex vitamins.
It's just, I mean, it's where I started. I take mine every single day. Maybe this new year, you're trying to get your other half to take a vitamin, a multivitamin, make it this one. If we're going to take anything, let's get the most benefits from it. And the pricing is so affordable. If you've ever had a bad experience with a vitamin and it didn't sit well with you and it didn't sit easy on your stomach, you've got to try Andrew's, because it's a whole new world.
And then even when you look, again, this is another product that's rated 4.7 stars.
Indeed.
Most people, all they do is complain about their multivitamin. You know, they take it because their doctor told them they should, or just we've done enough reading to know that what defines a nutritious diet are nutrients. What are basic nutrients? Vitamins and minerals. Most everybody else forgets the carotenoids, the lutein, the lycopene, the zeaxanthin. We don't. But those vitamins and minerals are defining of what is a healthy diet, and unfortunately, that's not the diet that's readily available for any of us. So this is that nutritional insurance that even we have articles from the Journal of the American Medical Association, the New England Journal of Medicine, from the Harvard Health Newsletter, that talk about the foundational necessity of a multivitamin. And there's no better, there's no comprehensive, there's no more gentle, there's no more easy to swallow, there's no more pure and affordable multivitamin than this.
It's the only visit of the month from Andrew, so if you want to get started in January with your new multivitamin, this is the day to do it. And
Plus,
again, the 360.
by the way, we're not back until the end of February.
Oh, wow, so it's quite a gap.
Yeah, so just so everyone knows, yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. So get started now. $40 saving and flex pay is offered if you go for that larger size. 60 seconds before our today's special launches on secure meal replacement, the finest multivitamin that has an impact on your life in every way.
And also, it was probably 35, 40 years ago that I was making a multivitamin for the folks at Weight Watchers. And the reason why is that they recognize in any weight loss plan, especially if you're cutting back on calories, you have to be conscious that you're still getting the vitamins and minerals you need to drive that fat-burning metabolism, that energy metabolism. So again, it's critical if you're embarking on an exercise program or a weight loss program this time of year, you need to make sure that you're going to be getting a good, sound, comprehensive multivitamin, multimineral. And for me, for the reasons I said before, purity, ease of swallowing, will never upset your stomach, forms that are not available in any other product, this is a great, great place to start.
3,500 reviews, making it a 4.7 star rating, one of our highest reviewed products of all time. It's at the heart and soul, certainly, of the line. It's Andrew's Multivitamin Essential One. The moment has arrived. Our today's special are launching right here.
That was
fast.
That was a quick hour.
Right here.